It's Storytime Tea. That's me, and today I'm here to tell you a story about a conversation I recently had. So, there is no setting of the scene, but there is background information that you need to know. So, basically, I knew this guy. I know this guy, and we have never dated, and he's also not a person that is my friend. I wouldn't consider him a friend, and I'm pretty sure he wouldn't consider me a friend. But there was a time period where we were around each other on a consistent basis, and so we ended up having a lot of conversations that I didn't necessarily want to have. And so this is one of those conversations, basically. So here I am, living my life, and I choose what I want to say to people, how I want to say it. I'm not a person that just have conversations with people just to have conversation with people. I don't be just trying to make shit up to talk to people. So it's just like, if I'm not interested in you in a certain type of way, I'm not going to try to like make something up. But on this particular day, he just wanted to tell me something so bad. And so he wanted to tell me something so bad. And so he just kept on trying to work it into the conversation. So we're literally sitting here, we're talking about like ramen noodles or something. Not like ramen noodles like in a little pack or nothing like that, but like the kind that you go ahead and you get from a shop, and it got like little fish cakes and half boiled eggs and whatever inside of there. So we're talking about that, and somehow he gets it to this topic that I did not want to talk about with him in particular. And so he starts it off, he's just like, yeah, I feel like you don't really ask me certain questions. Like you're avoidant in certain areas. And I'm just like, oh, for real? Like I didn't know. Yes, I knew. I know that I'm avoiding saying certain things to you. I don't like you like that. And I don't want to get this idea in your head that I do. Because I don't. And so I'm just like, yeah, I know. Yeah. So you would like to talk about these things. Okay. And so we're talking, and he's just like, yeah, I just feel like today's women are trash. And I'm just like, dang, that sucks. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't care. And so he's just like, yeah, I just keep on trying to date women, and it just never works out. And I'm just like, maybe you should date men. But like obviously I didn't say that because I'm just like, bro, just say whatever it is that you're trying to say. Just go ahead. And so he's like, I'm just so tired. I'm just like, oh, you're tired? Well, maybe you should take a break. Maybe, you aren't ready to date. And he was just like, no, women aren't ready to date me. And I'm just like, okay, my bad. I'm like, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like not even asking him more questions for him to talk, because I already know that he's about to act the fool. So I was just like, oh. And he's like, yeah, I'm just really fed up. Like, all women do is just think that they are who they aren't. Like, they don't even know themselves. And I'm just like, oh, okay. They don't know who they are. Okay. Well, tell me more. Because I'm just like, whether I ask you more questions or not, you're going to keep saying things to me about this, because you just need to tell me these things, because you are pushing it every single time I change the topic. I'm talking about cars or religion or something. I'm just bringing up anything. And he always brings it back to women are trash. So I'm just like, all right, go on then. Yeah, I just will start dating a woman, and then she just always is going to work. And I'm like, she always going to work? Is she not supposed to go to work? But I'm just letting him talk. He's just like, she's always going to work, and then soon as the weekend comes, she must to go out with her friends. And I'm just like, oh, go on. He's like, she always goes to work 5 days a week. She goes to work. She's at work for like 9-10 hours. And I'm just like, dang, that's great. She just drives home, and then once she gets home, she doesn't want to cook. She wants to just take a shower and get in the bed. And I'm just like, yeah, and as soon as the weekend comes, then she's out with her friends. Like, why is that the first thing you want to do as soon as you get a day off? You want to go out with your friends. And I'm just like, okay, continue while women are trash. Just go on. And it's just like, yeah, like, why would you want to have like such a vivacious life? I think that was his words in particular. He said a vivacious life. I don't know why, like, she just was going out with her friends. I don't know. I'm not taking up for this woman. I don't know these women that he's talking about. I don't know these women. And so it's just like, yeah, it just seems like it's just too much for me. And I'm just like, well, maybe you should get another type of woman or something. Maybe that isn't the woman that you need. There's a lot of different type of women out there, so maybe those ones just wasn't the ones in particular. He's like, it's happened to me multiple times. And I'm just like, you act like I did it. Like, you're cussing me out. Like, you didn't use any curse words, but I feel cursed out right now. I don't know. You raised your voice. We're in a restaurant, buddy. Like, I'm like, what's happening? And so he lets it go. He stopped talking for like 10 minutes and he's just eating his food or whatever. And then, like, he brings it back up. Like, I had said something. I was just like, oh, yeah, like, today was really nice. I really liked that we did this and this. Like, it was cool how this happened and whatever. And then he, like, brung it back. He brung it back, all right? And so it's just like, yeah, I just wish that I could just find a real woman. And I'm just like, oh, okay. like as I said, like, he's literally just a person that I was hanging out at this point in time with. Like, he's not actually my friend. Like, he's not somebody that I was dating or nothing like that. I don't know if he wanted me to find somebody for him or what. And so he's just like, yeah, women, like, I don't even know what to do with them. Like, they're just so trash. And I'm just like, why are you saying that they're trash again now? And he's just like, cause, like, a woman will get with you and she'll just think that you need to just provide for her. Like, why would I be providing for you? And I'm just like, oh, okay. He's just like, yeah, like, women just think that when y'all get together, she just gonna move in and not pay any bills and you just need to take her on all these dates. And, like, all she's doing at home is cooking and cleaning and, like, preparing stuff for the week for me and da-da-da. Like, why does she think that I need to? And I'm just like, oh, okay. And so, like, this is literally like the opposite of the girl that he previously was talking about. So I'm just like, okay, well, you know, it seems like you went on both sides of the spectrum. Like, you went extremely this way and then extremely that way. I don't know, maybe you need a mix. I don't know. I'm just existing here. I don't know why you're telling me this, but okay. Like, I'm like really confused. And so then he cuts that conversation, like, really short. Like, he started talking about it, he just cut it. And I'm just like, cool, bless up. I'm just like, now we can talk about something other than this, because I don't know why, but he just keeps on bringing up the fact that women are trash. I don't know. I'm just existing here. And so we got back to the first type of woman. So then he starts explaining more, and he's telling me more about this first, like, type of woman. Like, this woman is the woman that's more, like, common to him and how he's fed the fuck up. So he says, I'm gonna try to remember word for word because it was, like, kind of ridiculous. He says, a woman will leave her house so early in life and she'll go to college and she'll turn into a whore when she's in college, and she gets this big social life and she just thinks that she can go out every day and party and do whatever she wants. And then she gets out of college, and when she's out of college, she, like, gets a job in the field that she did in college, and then she goes to work and she's just so dominant and so arrogant and she just becomes so masculine, and then she just goes in the workforce and then she just keeps on working and she works and she's providing for herself. She got herself her own apartment, she got herself her own car, she got herself a puppy or whatever, and she's just living and she just thinks that she's so independent. And I'm just like, I'm like, oh, she kind of sounds independent to me. I don't know. I'm just listening to your story. I'm just listening to what you're saying. And so he's just like, yeah, and she just thinks that she doesn't need me. You need me. I was like, and then he goes on to say, I don't even know why they even think that they can do stuff like that and then a man will want them. Like, why would I want you? All you do is work. All you do is work. And all you do is work. And I'm just like, okay. And, like, I don't know what he was expecting me to say. I just said okay, because I'm just like, all right. Yeah. And so after that, he's just like, yeah. And so those type of women aren't the type of women for me. I will never be loyal to a woman that's like that, because they will never be loyal to me. I'm like, who said they wasn't loyal to you? You just said that they went to work. That's all you said. All you said is she had a puppy. All you said is she had her own car, her own apartment. Why would she be loyal to you? Who said she wasn't going to be loyal? Who hurt you? And so I'm just like, okay, buddy. And so I'm just like, so at this point, like, bro, what do you want? Like, what do you want? Because, like, I don't get what's going on here. So I'm just like, explain to me the perfect scenario to you. Like, what did you want your wife to do before she found you? Like, how do you, and like, what do you want, like, once y'all get together, like, what are you expecting to be like? I'm just a little confused. I don't know what's going on here. First of all, I don't know why we're having a conversation. And then I'm just like, bro, like, what are you saying? Like, you're contradicting yourself. But then, like, just let me know. And so, his perfect woman, all right? Listen, so he said that when a girl is in her teenage years, she needs to be focused on school. And then once she gets into the college that she wants to go to, she needs to be focused on that. She can actually take college courses at home. She doesn't have to go to college. She doesn't have to live on campus. Like, living on campus is like a very slutty thing for you to do. All you need to do is do your schoolwork. You don't need to live on school to do your schoolwork. You didn't do that in high school, so why do you need to do it in college? So she would just live at home with her parents, and then she'll be good, and she can just focus on her schoolwork. And then after she graduates college, she should stay with her parents. She doesn't need to leave. Like, why would she ever want to get her own apartment? She needs to stay with her parents so that they can take care of her, and that she'll know, like, this is all that she needs. And she can just be dependent on her parents, and she can just stay there with them. If she wants to get a car, that's fine. But her own apartment, she doesn't need that type of freedom. She doesn't need that type of responsibility. She could just stay there. And then after that, she'll get a job in her field, but she doesn't have to make that her life. She could just go to work like 2 days a week. Why does she need to go to work 5 days a week? Nobody said that that was the rule. So you don't have to go to work for 5 days a week. She could just go to work like 2 or 3 days so she can keep and maintain her softness, and knows that she's dependent on her parents to take care of her. And then the money that she makes from that job, she could put in a savings account. And so that once she finds me, we can move out together, and then we can get our own place. And like, she'll have enough money to make that move and to settle the differences between all the things that we have to buy and everything like that, you know? You get me? Yeah, you get me. I'm like, you didn't even give me a chance to say no. But I let him go on. And he's like, and so once we get together, then she'll be working at that job. But she'll only be working those 2 days. So she'll have a whole 5 days a week that she can take care of the household, and she could do everything like that. And when she gets home from work, she doesn't need to be going out to go party with any friends or anything like that. She don't even need to have those type of friends that want to go out and party. Her friends should be wanting to make business moves. Like, why are you going out to have drinks at 9 p.m.? What you should be doing is being in the lab. You should be figuring some things out so that you can start your own business. Because, like, you're working for the man 2 days a week, but you need to figure out a way to get out of working for the man. Like, she could start her own practice. So she could do this and she could do that. And I'm just like, oh, okay. He was just like, yeah. And so all those things that she's doing at work, she needs to take that knowledge and she needs to start her own thing on her own. And so she'll have about like a good 3 years to do that. And so it's just like, when she's first starting out, that's what she needs to be worried about. She needs to worry about making her own business and then being at home most of the time so she could take care of our household. I'm like, oh, okay. He was just like, yeah, like going out and socializing with people after work, she doesn't need to do that. Like, there's no reason for her to do that. So, like, after a certain point in time, she needs to quit her job because she doesn't need to be around all of those people. She doesn't know those people like that. The only people that she needs to be interacting with is the ones that's going to further her career. I'm just like, okay. And so he's just like, yeah. And so that's basically like the best case scenario. That's what should happen. That's how all the women in the world need to be behaving. Like, that's how they should act. All of this other stuff, like, unnecessary. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And so he didn't like my response. Obviously, me saying cool was not the response that he wanted me to say. I don't know. I don't know what he wanted me to do. But I wasn't about to, like, entertain him because I'm just like, what are you talking about, bro? I'm like, most of the time your parents kick you out. They're not even letting you do that. like, all right, let's wrap this shit up. Like, they expect you to stay until the end of college, or they expect you to leave at the end of high school. Like, like, once you get out of college, you graduate, they looking at you like, hello. when you leaving, like, you 24, you 23, whatever, like, get out of my household. So I'm just like, most of the people don't even have an option to do that. But like, let's say she did though. Let's say she did. What do you mean? Quit the job that's in her field and just start her own practice? Like, what type of job do she think she got? Like, is there an ideal job? Like, most of the time when you go to work in your field, those first 2 years, like, you're nobody. You gotta figure your life out. You don't even know what part of that field in particular that you want to be. Like, okay, you're a software engineer, but like, what type of company do you even want to be in? Because there's a lot of different types of software engineers. All them software engineers are not doing the same thing. So you don't even know like what exactly it is that you like the most. Like, what spot do you want to be in particular? Like, you don't even know. And so how is you going to leave and start your own thing if you don't even know what your thing is yet? You ain't figured out. You're like, what? And so I'm just like, oh, okay, well, let's just say all of those things ended up happening. But I'm just like, so then once she go ahead and go to work, she got to quit. Like, she can't make any social interactions with anybody because now she been a hoe. Like, she can't go out with her coworkers. Like, that's how you make foundations. That's how you need to socialize in order to network. Networking includes socializing. I don't know. I'm just a little confused. So I'm just like, okay, so like, what do you mean? And so I'm just like, all right, but if she's not working and she's not in school, like, and she wasn't supposed to make connections in college because making connections in college is slutty because she shouldn't have been outside. Like, if she didn't make those friends in class, she can't have those friends. And like, at work, she shouldn't be talking to people outside of work, not regarding work-related things. Like, if she didn't like make those connections with those people at those point in time, once she quit, how is she supposed to make the connections? Like, where exactly is she supposed to be going? Like, what is she supposed to do to find these people that's supposed to help her start her own business in the field that she want to start her business in? I'm just a little confused. Just let me know. And so he's just like, yeah, like, when she goes to the park, well, maybe not the park, but when she goes to the market, yeah. So when she goes to the market, she needs to, like, be in the market, like, scouting and seeing if she could find people that would possibly want to help her in her mission to do whatever. I'm just like, so you want homegirl to go to the market to find some food to cook for you, but why is she in the market looking for that? She need to be in the dairy aisle looking for Pete and Santos to make her dreams come true. What are you talking about? I'm like, what are you saying? I'm just like, so how is this supposed to work? Because last time I checked, like, bro, nobody's making best friends in the market. Like, most of the time when you go to the market, you don't even see people, like, that seem like they would even want to be doing something that you like. I've rarely seen somebody in the market where I was just like, you know what? You look like you're in my field. Let's start up something. Like, what? Like, what field is she even in? Like, where do you want her to be working at anyway? Like, what things? Like, I'm just confused. Like, how is she going to find somebody that's in the same field as her that actually wants to start a business and want to start a business in the thing that she want to start a business in? Like, at the market, like, that's how, like, how is she even going to do that? She would have to talk to, like, everybody in the market every single time she went. Like, homegirl gonna get kidnapped. Homegirl's getting napped. She's gonna be like, oh yeah, I met this guy in the market. She literally doesn't know where this guy is from. Like, if y'all work together, y'all went to school together, you at least had some ties. You could find out who this man is. She met this man or met this woman in the market. And just was like, yeah, let me get your number. We need to go out and we can make some plans so that we can build this business and da-da-da. Let's say she actually found somebody that actually was just like, oh yeah, like, bro, she's getting kidnapped. Like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, she's just gonna meet a random person in the market that she's never seen before. She don't know where they're from. Literally, the information they giving her could just be lies, and then she gonna meet up with them randomly, and they just gonna put her in the trunk. Like, it's done. Like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? She meeting people at the market? And so I'm like, all right, girl. And so he's just like, yeah. So, like, all she needs to do is just go to the market. Like, It's a lot of people in the market. Everybody has to go get food. I'm like, yeah, everybody has to go get food. Everybody has to go get food, okay. But not everybody is in the market at the time that she's trying to go to the market. And not everybody is social enough to socialize with somebody in the market. When you go to the market, you're not expecting to make a friend. You're just trying to get an eggplant and dip. You're just trying to get some eggs. You just wanted some toast. You're not coming in there to be talking to some lady about her business that she's trying to start up. Like, what are you saying? So I'm just like, bro, alright. Like, it's whatever you said it is. Like, I don't even care. I'm just like, alright, Joe, she making the foundations that she need to start her business at the market. Let's just say that's true. Cool. Like, I'm just like, I'm not about to do this with you. And so then he was just like, yeah, that's just like how it would be. Like, that's how everybody should live their life. Like, there's no reason why you need to be making all of these friends and making all of these type of connections while you in college. Why would you even need to do all of that? Like, all people do in college is party. Like, you need to be in the house. You need to be paying attention to your work. Like, you need to be paying attention to graduating. You don't need to be doing all of that. And I'm just like, I'm not saying that, like, like, I wasn't even trying to take up for anybody or, like, say anything for anybody. I just was like, bro, like, but in real life, a lot of the stuff that you saying, it don't work like that. Like, I'm sorry. Like, bro, so, like, she don't understand her work and her teacher trash. So is she not supposed to try to, like, talk to her classmates, like, on the side and, like, figure out how to do this work because she about to fail? Like, is that not something that she should do? He's just like, yeah, but, like, she doesn't have to talk to male classmates. She could just talk to female classmates. Like, why does she got to do that? I'm like, what if she bisexual? Why can't she talk to the males? Like, I'm confused. I'm just like, bro, what? And I'm just like, and also, like, what if it's only men in her class? Because I've had multiple classes where there was one other woman in that motherfucker, or it was just me. I'm working right now and there's literally no women that work with me. So I'm just like, bro, sometimes it don't work like that. Was she supposed to fail the class? I'm just like, bro, you don't make no sense. But I'm like, whatever, it's whatever you said, bro. And so he's just like, yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's just a perfect scenario because women, they just think that they're so independent and you're not independent. Like, you cannot just do whatever you want. And this is not your world to, like, no. And I'm like, you literally just hate women? Like, because, like, you want this woman in particular. You don't want anybody that steps out of this realm of this type of woman that you thought every type of woman should be. Even though it doesn't make any sense because, like, bro, I literally don't know anybody who parents let them stay with them. Except for the parents that were, like, religious. Like, all the other parents was like, bro, get out of my household. Like, I'm trying to walk around the house naked with my man. Like, y'all need to get out. Like, y'all graduated. Get out. Or they just can't provide for them because they couldn't provide for them when they had to. So they definitely can't provide for them now that they don't have to. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't think that this woman exists. Like, if she do, she like one in like a million. You really gonna have to look for that. Cause like, I've never met anyone. And I'm just like, and why did everybody gotta be a slut? I don't get it. Like, if you lived on college campuses, you're a slut. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you were a virgin at the time. It doesn't matter if you had one body at the time. If you lived on campus, you're a slut. And if you go to work 5 days a week, you're too masculine, okay? You're a little bit too aggressive. You need to stop, all right? You need 3 days. 3 days is enough, okay? And you should not have your own car. Don't have your own apartment. If you got a dog, that's even worse. Don't do that. Like, you can't just be providing. No. But also, you cannot be dependent. Because if you are dependent, it's too much, okay? So just don't provide for yourself, but also don't need anybody. Okay? Like, if you can't do that, you're the worst woman in the world. If you can't do that, you're the worst. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you just need to change. Like, all those friends that you made back in college, you don't need to have those. You don't need to go out on the weekend. Why is you going out on the weekend? Like, that's literally how he looked at me. That's like what he said to me. Like, I was the one that he was talking about? And I'm just like, I didn't even live on campus. I'm like, why are you trying to cook my shit, saying shit that don't even relate to me? I literally was just sitting there like, okay, like the fuck. And then he's just like, yeah. So basically, the moral of the story is like, these women ain't shit. And I'm like, that's the moral of the story? That's your last line. That's your closing line. Alright. I'm sorry. I'm just like, this woman that you were looking for, I hope you never find her. Because like why do you have to shit on everybody else? Like, nobody did anything to you. Like, I really want to know, like, what happened to you to make you need this woman in particular. Like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Because this isn't even like, oh, I just need a more traditional girl. Because it's not even a traditional girl that he want. It's not even a traditional girl that he want. Like, he want these things in particular. And everybody else is trash. And he's going to tell them that they is trash. And they need to just stop existing. Okay? Because they fucking up the population. Like, every woman. Because, like, the woman that he described is the only type of woman that he values. That's the only type of woman that's a good woman. So it's just like, every other woman, you're done. And don't look in his direction because he hates you. So it's just like, that's just how it is. So, you know, my moral of the story is, bruh, just have regular conversations with people, because I promise you, you're going to get a laugh. You're going to get a laugh. You're going to realize that niggas is insane. That's what you're going to realize. That's my moral of the story. Like, if somebody forced you into a conversation, it might be worth your while. It might be worth your while. It might brighten your day, or it might be complete bullshit. You know, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. And at the end of the day, like, no matter what, you know yourself, you guys. And you know that people are also insane. And people will contradict themselves every step of the way. So, you know, don't get angry with people when they say very ridiculous things. Just be like, okay. Because, like, at the end of the day, they're going to believe whatever they want to believe. And you cannot convince somebody of nothing else. Like, if that's how they feel truly in their heart, that's raps. If that's how they feel truly in their heart, that's raps. And it's not your job to try to convince somebody of logic. Or try to convince somebody that, like, what they're saying is not necessarily the truth in all cases. Like, you just gotta let people rock, for real. Because it's not gonna serve you. Like, and having a relationship with him, bruh, I pray for any woman. I pray for any woman, okay? Any woman that actually is friends with him, any woman that actually dates him, like, kudos to you, props to you. Like, my prayers go out to you and your sanity, because I don't even know, like, how I even got through the conversation, because those are the things that I remember. He said more stuff than that, because I told my best friend exactly what he said. but like, he said more stuff than that, y'all. I'm done for real. I'm done. That was right. I'm done. But yeah, for me, Storytime Tish, the tea is over. Peace and love.